1:15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Geethanjali Ramanayake. The headlines. The State Minister of Finance says that the government will submit a clear statement on the debt restructuring program within this month. The university lecturers to begin the evaluation activities of answer scripts of the GCE A-level examination soon. The chairman of the People's Bank says that the bank is at the steadiness status. All arrangements are being finalized to commemorate the Vesak festival. It has been stated that dengue disease is spreading speedily in many areas in the island. Foreign news, Zelensky in The Hague as fresh blasts rock Kyiv. News in detail. State Minister of Finance Ranjit Siambalapitiya says that the government will submit a clear statement on the debt restructuring program within this month. Speaking to the media at a meeting held in Anguruwala area, he stated that the government has prepared a positive program in this regard. He further said that the government is ready to submit all facts favorable to the country. He further said that tax imposed by the government will be reduced after the economy of the country is re-established. It is expected to reduce per capita debt burden in the next few years. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena requested the university lecturers to begin the evaluation activities of answer scripts of the GCE A-level examination soon. He stated that all should join together to solve the severe issue that has affected the education network of the country. Participating in the Dasadesin Hada program of the SLBC, he said that there is an increase in leaving for foreign countries to continue their education due to the existing exam center education in the country. Chairman of the People Bank, Sanjeev Rajapaksha, said that the bank is at a steadiness status. Participating in the Dasadesin Hada program of the SLBC said that the bank has provided their services to more than 14 million customers and nearly 746 branches of the bank are being implemented. He further said that there is a sufficient capital at the bank. He reiterated that there is no truth in publishing the bank under the debt restructuring program. During a special search operation conducted in the sea areas of the Coral Cove in Trincomalee recently, Sri Lanka Navy has apprehended 25 people who were engaged in illegal fishing. The operation also led to the seizure of 5 dinghies and unauthorized fishing gear used for the illegal act. The Navy carries out regular operations in the coastal and sea areas around the island in a bid to prevent illegal fishing practices which has threatened the sustainability of fish populations. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. All arrangements are being finalized to commemorate the Vesak festival to remember the birth, enlightenment and parinirvana of the Lord Buddha. Various religious activities will be conducted in every Buddhist viharaya in the island in line with the Vesak day. More than thousands of devotees will observe Sil tomorrow. It is hoped that more than 100,000 devotees will visit Anuradhapura sacred place. Special bus and railway services will be deployed for the convenience of the devotees. Vesak is being celebrated after 4 years due to COVID-Aragalia economic and fuel crisis. And that ends local news for now.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Dengue is spreading speedily in many areas in the island. Commissioner of the Municipal Council in Colombo, Badrani Jawardena, said that there is a decline in people's contribution to prevent the breeding of dengue mosquito in their premises. The people living in the city limits should pay their attention to minimize the mosquito breeding places. And that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
In Watchlight, the bhikkhus of Alukapatana Sri Jayasingharama in Lunugala are facing many hardships due to many shortages at the vihara. The Avasa and the kitchen of the Vihara is at a dilapidated condition. The chief incumbent of the Vihara, Venerable Badule Deepalokatero, explaining on the present situation of the Vihara, stated that the Vihara is about 100 years old. The Thero requested donors to provide their assistance to construct an Avasa for the bhikkhus, and that came to in watchlight. Now moving on to world news in the headlines. Zelensky in The Hague as fresh blasts rock Kyiv. Fed raises U.S. interest rates to highest in 16 years. And Erdogan rival Kılıçdaroğlu promises peace and democracy. Explosions have been heard in Kyiv and other Ukrainian cities a day after Russia accused Ukraine of carrying out a drone attack on the Kremlin. Attacks were also reported in Zaporizhzhia and Odessa in the south. The airstrikes come as Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is due to speak at The Hague as part of an unexpected visit to the Netherlands. He will also visit the International Criminal Court, which is investigating alleged Russian war crimes in the Ukraine. Russia has accused Ukraine of attempting to assassinate President Vladimir Putin, but Zelensky denied that his country carried out the attack. The U.S. Central Bank has raised interest rates to the highest level in 16 years as it battles to stabilize prices. The Federal Reserve increased its key interest rate by 0.25 percentage points, its 10th hike in 14 months. The Fed signaled that yesterday's rise may be its last one for now. The moves have pushed its benchmark rate to between 5% and 5.25% up from near zero in March 2022. Higher rates have sharply raised borrowing costs across the world's largest economy, spurring a slowdown in sectors such as housing and playing a role in the recent failures of 3 U.S. banks. For Turkey's long-time leader Recep Tayyip Erdogan, it comes in the shape of a former civil servant, which to making heart emojis with his hands. Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu, backed by a 6-party opposition alliance, says if he wins, he will bring freedom and democracy to Turkey, whatever it takes. The youth want democracy, he told the BBC. They don't want the police to come to their doors early in the morning just because they tweeted. And back to the headlines of the world news. Zelensky in The Hague as fresh blasts rock Kyiv. Fed raises U.S. interest rates to highest in 16 years. And Erdogan rival Kılıçdaroğlu promises peace and democracy. And that ends world news.
Development news.
1,500 new entrepreneurs will be encouraged in parallel to the Mathoda cultivation move in the Mathura district. Under this program, concessionary loan facilities will be provided to the small and medium-scale entrepreneurs. And that was development news. Now moving on to sports. ICC has recommended Sri Lanka's fast bowler Prabhat Jayasuriya as the Best Player Award for the month of April. Jayasuriya clinched the ICC Men's Player of the Month award back in July 2022 for his outstanding displays with a spinning ball in the Test arena, and this month sees him nominated once more for a similar feat. The left-armer took 10 wickets in the first Test against Ireland at Galle, including 7 for 52 in the first innings as the hosts won convincingly. The second Test was equally decisive for Jayasuriya, with the spinner taking 7 wickets across both innings, including another 5-wicket haul. These exploits helped Jayasuriya become the fastest spinner to reach 50 Test wickets in the history of the game during the course of the second innings, a record achieved in just 7 Tests. And that ends sports news. Up next is business news.
Go ekatiyana youth ekata life eke change ekata niyameta set wenna aswahagena dakapugina habe karanna youth ekata niyameta set wenna friendship eka menna.
The all-new NSB Ithumitru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business news, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The Emirate Airline has signed a memorandum of understanding with Sri Lanka Tourism Promotion Bureau, reaffirming its support to the island nation's tourism and trade industries. Emirates has been serving the country for 37 years, carrying over 11 million passengers to and from the country. And that was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go එකක් තියන youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු ගින හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
Economic news, courtesy of
LONC Finance is taking the power of innovation to the next level, winning 5 goals at the Technovation Awards 2022, leading the digital revolution with cutting-edge interbanking digital payments. LONC Finance claims the overall Gold Award, whilst also claiming an extraordinary victory in digital banking.
In economic news, grinding of sugarcane at the Sevenagala sugarcane factory of Sri Lanka Sugar Company commenced last Wednesday for the Maha season. Minister Ramesh Padirana participated at the inaugural ceremony. Land deeds have been given to the 132 sugarcane cultivators by the minister. And that was economic news.
LONC Finance is taking the power of innovation to the next level, winning 5 goals at the Technovation Awards 2022, leading the digital revolution with cutting-edge interbanking digital payments. LONC Finance claims the overall Gold Award, whilst also claiming an extraordinary victory in digital banking. LONC Finance will continue to innovate with the next generation digitalization of financial services, delivering a superior customer experience.
Weather Report.
Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in the eastern, central and Uva provinces and in the Hambantota district during the afternoon or night. Showers will occur in the western and northwestern provinces and in Jaffna, Kilinochchi, Mannar, Galle and Mathura district during the morning. Fairly heavy showers above 75 millimeters are likely at some places in the western and northwestern provinces, and fairly heavy showers above 50 millimeters are likely at some places elsewhere. Strong winds about 40 to 50 kilometers per hour can be expected at times over western and southern coastal areas. And that was the weather report. And prior to concluding this news broadcast, the headlines once again. The State Minister of Finance says that the government will submit a clear statement on the debt restructuring program within this month. The university's lecturers to begin the evaluation activities of answer scripts of the GCE A-level examination soon. The chairman of the People's Bank says that the bank is at the steadiness status. All arrangements are being finalized to commemorate the Vesak festival. It has been stated that dengue disease is spreading speedily in many areas in the island. And in foreign news, Zelensky in The Hague as fresh blasts rock Kyiv. And with that, we end this news broadcast from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.